AI has just completely changed YouTube thumbnails. I made the thumbnail for this video in under 10 seconds using AI. And in this video, I'll show you what this tool is, how it works, and how you can start using it right now. Because let's be honest, the difference between 5 views and 50,000 views, it often comes down to the thumbnail. So ChatGPT just released their new image generator, and I want to show you the 7 different ways that I found to use it. I won't get into the technical side of it, but when you look at images created by other people, they look incredibly photorealistic. I was a professional photographer for over 10 years, and I can't believe how detailed these images are. I couldn't tell the difference between those and real life images. So the first technique for creating images is to use a prompt to come up with something completely brand new. This currently only works on the paid version of ChatGPT, which is about $20 a month. So we'll go over to ChatGPT and I will type in, can you create a photorealistic image of a woman holding a post-it note? The note should say work hard on it, and it should be created in UGC style with 16:9 dimensions. When you press enter, then it will take a few minutes to process and it creates this image. And sure, the text looks a little fake, but YouTube thumbnails are often so small on the screen that doesn't matter. But one of the best techniques for finding winning thumbnails is to look at what works for other channels and then copy them for your own videos, tweaking them and changing them to make them better match your own content. So if we look at Rian Doris's videos, one of his most popular ones was how to unlock insane focus on command, and it has this beautiful thumbnail of an eye with some text over the top. What if we wanted to recreate that image? Well, we'd go over to ChatGPT and say, please create a realistic close-up of an eye, make it in 16:9 format, also please make sure the eye is slightly off-center and the eye is bright and the focal point of the image. And it came back with this stunner. Now, again, for me, I can't tell the difference between that and a real life image. It's so incredibly detailed and realistic. But the eye wasn't perfectly bright, so we can tweak it just by adding another text prompt. Please make the eye brighter so it is the focal point of the image. And then ChatGPT works at the image again and it makes the eye brighter. And this image, if we just added some text onto it with Figma or Photoshop, we would have almost the exact same thumbnail as Rian Doris. And it took minutes to create. This is wild. But let's say that we wanted to recreate his thumbnail, but we wanted to get a really close match to it. Well, there's a really easy technique to do that. So we go back over to Rian's channel and we right click the video and just copy the website address. Then go over to a website called youtubethumbnaildownloader.com and paste the video link in at the top. This will give us access to the thumbnail so we can actually save the image to our computer. Right click and copy the image and then head over to ChatGPT. Here we can just right click and paste the image in, and that will actually drop the image into ChatGPT. And then we just add the prompt, please recreate this image, but with a male eye, remove the text and keep it in 16:9 format. And this is what it comes up with. It's an almost perfect copy of the image, but with the tweaks that we mentioned. The eye looks incredible, the details there, and it's a man's face. It just blows my mind. This is going to save people so much time. But what if we wanted to add something to a real life person? Well, that's where the third technique comes in. So for this one, we add a photograph of a real person and then we add a text prompt. So to do this, we just click on the little plus icon, upload from computer, find an image that we want to use, and then add our text prompt. And for this prompt, I added, can you make a photo of me holding a post-it note in UGC style? The post-it note should say the code technique, and please make it in 16:9 format. Again, a few minutes later, and this is what ChatGPT came back with. And sure, it doesn't look exactly like me. It's a little bit wonky, but it's damn good. And if I try a few more images of myself and I try this prompt a few times, the results will be different and I'll end up with a result that really matches what I look like. But if we didn't want to add a real life object like a post-it note and we wanted to add some graphics in instead, we can do that. And this is the fourth technique. So I took this thumbnail from somebody's YouTube channel and added the prompt, can you take the person from the attached image and create a new 16:9 image with him in? The image should illustrate a content flywheel and also include the LinkedIn logo. And this is what it came up with. It's like a perfect replica of that guy. The clothes are the same, he looks the same, he's even got the same hat with the little toggle on the top. You know, we'd need to change the text a bit, we need to edit that and we'd need to tweak it a little bit, but a few minutes in Photoshop or Figma or something else and that would be fixed. This whole thumbnail would have taken just a few minutes start to finish. But if you want to use YouTube to get clients, then I've got a free email series in the description down below, and it's 30 ways in 30 days to land more clients from YouTube. Now this brings us on to the fifth technique. Let's say that we saw a thumbnail on a channel that we liked and we wanted to make a different version of it, but without changing it too much. So over on the Ahrefs channel, this thumbnail down here did incredibly well, nearly 700,000 views, and I really like the simple style of it. So we copy the thumbnail using the same technique as before and drop it back into ChatGPT. Then we use the prompt, please recreate this image, change the orange color to blue and change the text to killed by ChatGPT. And what does it produce? It creates that exact same thumbnail, changes it to blue, changes the text just as we wanted. In seconds. No graphic designer needed, no crazy qualifications, just a simple text prompt. But if we didn't want to have a simple graphical style and we wanted to combine multiple real life objects, we can also do that, and this is technique number 6. So what I did is I added a photograph of myself and then I added a photograph of the Atomic Habits book. And I just asked ChatGPT, can you please make a photo of me reading this book? Do it in 16:9 format, please. And what did it produce? An amazingly detailed photo of me reading that book. And sure, the text is a little messed up on the Atomic Habits, but it's not bad and nobody's going to notice that when it's shrunk down to a YouTube thumbnail. And I did think that the expression was a little bit sad, so I asked ChatGPT, make me a little happier and looking at the camera. And it came back with this monstrosity, which it was a bit over the top and it's kind of losing the plot a bit. Now what I realised as I'm playing around with this software is that the more times you ask ChatGPT to work on an image with a face in it, the worse the face will get. So if you have a face in that needs to look like a real person, then make sure you get that first prompt right. If the first prompt doesn't deliver the image you want, then redo that prompt until you get the exact image you want. And that technique was how I made the thumbnail for this video. I found this thumbnail which did well on another channel and I really liked it. So I dropped that into ChatGPT with a photograph of myself and I said, please edit the photo of me in the office. I want to be holding a banner similar to the photo in blue. Please add the text, thumbnails have changed to the banner. And that created this banger. Now there's one final technique and we can use it to replace people in other images. So I started with this thumbnail and then I wanted to place this person into Alex Hormozi's thumbnail. And I just said to ChatGPT, I want you to combine these two things, take the person from the Start Your Business thumbnail and use him in the other thumbnail. Please remove the original person from the other thumbnail. And this is what it created. It's almost perfect and it would be a very good thumbnail for YouTube. Now, I don't advocate copying people in this exact way. I think you should take what works for other channels, take those thumbnail ideas and use them in your own way and not just like directly copy and replace like this. But I wanted to demonstrate just the power of it and how well it can work at creating these images. Now, the final example I have for you here, I took a Ali Abdaal thumbnail and then added again a photograph of myself and said, I am the person in the black t-shirt, can you recreate the other image with me in it? Please keep the image in 16:9 format. And it did a damn good job. Like, you've got the t-shirt right, it got the posing perfect. The only downside is it doesn't quite look like me. However, if I used a better photograph of myself in the prompt, then that would create a better end result. Making thumbnails is available for everyone and you should be able to make them in a matter of minutes and have world-class high quality images. But if you're trying to grow a business with YouTube and want to learn how somebody made $1 million in a single month with YouTube, then watch this video next.